Hey everybody, and welcome to the Inner Self, Inner World check-in for the midweek of the 13th through the 19th of July, 2025. As always with these, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you'd like a personalized read, my link will be in the description below where you can ask. If you'd like to donate, I have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or MetaPay right now. Have another idea, just inbox me or tell me. I do not have any Apple products, so if you feel called, like, comment, share, get the word out there, follow, subscribe. Anything helps at this point. So what I'm getting is silence. Like they're done talking to you until you get your story straight. Like until you see the reality for what it is instead of saying what you think it is. Aspects are multifaceted, and until you learn the multifaceted layers, it's not wise to move forward at this point. There's a lot of sleeplessness and listlessness, especially like sleepy feet, pins and needles, feeling anxious about things, feeling unsupported, unloved, insecure in your body or in your divinity. And your authenticity. Staying true to yourself would be wise, especially with that inner believer. The inner critic is going to be really harsh on you this week, so just be mindful of that. The criticisms are coming from a good place, but they are not being worded properly. So watch your dark empathy, watch your dark telepathy. Make sure that you are holding yourself accountable. Make sure that you are not holding secrets even from yourself, because some of us are holding secrets even from ourselves right now, and that's holding us in a bind. It looks like there's an infinite loop of stories being said but not being acted upon. Working towards forgiveness and acting out your sorries instead of just saying you're sorry. There seems to be a lack of purpose. What's the purpose of doing anything for you or telling anything to you unless you are going to ask me directly? And even then, what's the point? You're not listening. So taking time to proactively listen to yourself and your heart and dive deeply within your core, even if it's once a week, even if it's once a day, even if it's for 1 minute. Just be able to manifest your desires at a faster rate. Your inner magician wants you to know that your power is withheld from you until you can learn the difference between authenticity and thinking you are who you say you are. Some of us are still faking it. Some of us are still masking when we think we aren't. Some of us are not truly authentic. Some of us are just coming out of masking, so it looks like we're masking. Just being aware of who wears a mask, who is filtering around you, especially your guides. Inner self of inner highest self and your inner lower self are at war. Your inner future self and your inner past self are having a powwow this week too. So those two mediations would be wise. So inner self for lower and higher, and past and future. Being able to mediate these discussions would be wise choice to do, especially for everyday life or everyday situations. Practicing this every day will be helpful. 369 methods can help. Being able to take some square breathing exercises can help you as well to manifest your desires and help you understand what is priority. Prioritizing things, compartmentalizing things into thoughts will be helpful for your telepathic communication. This is especially true for inner demonics or inner demons that rely on dark resources and dark empathy and negativity, worry, anxiety, anger, resentment, bitterness, animosity, feeling manic at times can also be a form of darkness. Overworking yourself, overthinking things through, overanalyzing things, going over things that you already know the answer to, going over things that you don't know the answer to learn more, knowing that you're not going to grasp it, doing things over and over again, expecting different results. So watching your inner insanity level and your inner lunacy level will be really wise and beneficial, especially between now and the half moon next week. The midweek is full pack with a lot of self pleasures, a lot of dispositions, and a lot of how you appear to others being affected by pragmatism and foundations and logic thinking, and those that are limited to choices they make and the energy that you carry. Creative spirits are being destructive. Destructive spirits are trying to be creative. Cutting ambition is needed. There's a lot of chaos beings that are calling out to you, and your inner beings are calling out for chaos and destruction and revenge and blood for blood, basically. Being able to rise above that or find a way to litigate against that would be wise. If that is something you are planning to do, however, be aware of the consequences of that action, especially with soul releases, bindings, restrictions, exorcisms, cleanses, and the like. Taking a magical approach to things would be beneficial, especially for those that are born between the 5th and the 30th of a month, especially true for those that are born on the even nights or the even days. It looks like there's going to be new moon energy, a lot of manifesting. New Vegas sticks out, so like Fallout New Vegas, so like Fallout shelters, hazardous materials, hazardous languages, hazardous ways of thinking, being careful with who you share what with, being careful what you say or how you say it, because you feel like you're walking on worse than eggshells, almost like you're walking on broken glass with bare feet, and you know better, but you have to step through it anyway, and you know the best way through is straightforward. Let's see. Your inner dialogue is going to be really loud and really like busy. It's going to pull you in several different directions, especially with PTSD and a lot of like memories, going down memory lane, like in past memories, deja vus of memories that might not happen yet, might have been happening in parallel lives, might have happened in the future, might have happened once upon a dream. Dreams are very, very, very important this week, especially those that you may not remember. So pulling cards or pulling meditation or asking your guides about dreams can help. Asking your dream guides like Hermes or like Thoth or like Nyx or Selene would be wise and beneficial and helpful. Artemis is another one to go to help. There looks like there's a lot of like shooting things in the dark and trying to take the long way to do things, knowing it's the best way for you. Elevations, awakenings, ascension processes are all underway. Some are at a halt or a standstill until you forgive yourself or you learn who you need to forgive or how to forgive. You may say you forgive yourself, but you may not have. You may have said you forgave somebody else, but you didn't. You may say you don't care, but you do. You may say you're not worried when you are. You may say you're worried about something when you're not really worried about that. You're worried about something within that. Like, you're not worried about the fall, you're worried about the impact of the fall. You're not worried about the impact of the fall, you're worried about what others might think about you when you get up from the fall. Something along those lines. Being prepared for manifestation and desires and wants and hopes and dreams within the next 11 to 16 days would be wise, especially between the 11th and the 20th. And into August. So, watching the week of August 23rd would be wise as well. Because what you're doing now may manifest a different result for around that time. So within the next 8 days can affect within the next 8 weeks. So just being aware of that. Your inner self wants you to know that. Your inner world wants you to know that. There's a lot of reflecting going on, a lot of inner world reflecting outward because you're not paying attention to the inner world. So whatever's happening on the outer world, if you're fighting with loved ones, you're fighting with the love within yourself. If you're fighting with family, you're fighting with familial love within yourself. So just being aware of where you're fighting yourself and why you're fighting yourself. Working on your fears would be wise. But that's what I'm getting for the midweek check-in for 13th through the 19th of July 2025. So as with these, take it resonates, leave it doesn't. Thanks for joining.